and welcome to Take Off, the podcast series from Aviation360 magazine. Today, I'm joined by the World Food Programme's Head of Aviation Safety in the UAE. It's my pleasure to introduce Captain Samir Sajet. Hello, Samir.
Hi.
Or you could give us first an overview of WFP and your operations and focus areas.
Yeah. In fact, World Food Programme is organization. It's a humanitarian organization under the United Nations, and is the largest humanitarian organization fighting hunger worldwide. More than 80% of our work is responding to emergencies and, of course, disasters in terms of natural disaster and human-made disaster worldwide. In order to respond to disaster, the fastest way of responding to disaster is through aviation. So we have chartered different type of aircraft according to the needs and requirement of the disaster. So we have helicopters, we have cargo aircraft, we have small passengers, big passengers aircraft. And mainly, of course, currently our operation in Africa, Asia, and some part of Central America. And we have the emergency or the disaster stabilized. We can use, the ships and also the ground. So we have more than 30 ships, and also more than 3,000 trucks that we are using to responding to disasters.
Okay, and how many aircraft roughly?
I can say it's 100 to 120 in normal. This is when the disaster is stabilized. But during disaster, the number can be double or triple.
Could you tell us a little bit about the aircraft movement on a regular basis, maybe on a daily or weekly or monthly basis?
Well, currently we have about 20 operations, mainly in Africa, operating in about 24 countries, doing, responding to the people needs in terms of cargo, of course, food and non-food items, and also, transporting the relief teams from UN and also from NGOs.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you also source aircraft during, emergencies or so? And how do you ensure the safety level of the aircraft that you do source?
Of course, the United Nations World Food Programme, we don't own aircraft. We charter aircraft, and this how we charter the aircraft. This is a long process. First, the request comes from the service provider. Like they want to be, to give service to WFP. So we initiate some evaluation. We call the risk evaluation on the operator who would like to work with us. So it's through 3 phases: receiving documents, doing some desk evaluation, and then we go to the side of the operator, do physical evaluation. Then if the operator pass the evaluation, we put them on short list, and whenever we need them, we can call them. And we have a different type of operators, cargo operators, helicopter operators, small aircraft operators, big passenger aircraft. So whatever we need. So we send, request for offer, and we receive, and after that we do evaluation on who's more appropriate to do the job. Yeah. Coming back to your question about safety. Safety, we don't compromise in safety. Safety for us is a priority. Because we are working in very difficult work environment. We work in hostile area, we work in remote area. We work in an area with very poor infrastructure. So we need experienced pilots, we need a good aircraft, we need good operator. So in order to do, because we don't want to create another disaster.
Exactly.
The disaster is already there. In WFP, we have two main departments, operation and contracts, and we have safety. Okay. In safety, we have about 22 evaluators, or can say auditor. Yeah. They are very professional. They have a very good, certificate doing this type of job from, a respected and international organization, aviation organization. So we do and evaluate the operator, and we see if this operator can work in, or not. We should, this operator should meet the safety requirement. Because if we will, for example, go to, for example, normal airline, when they go there, because if you will see that it is a remote area, right. No appropriate runway, unmanned runway, unpaved runway, probably hostile area. So anybody say, okay, I will not go. Why I go there? It's very dangerous. So if we will not go, nobody will go, and those people will die. So we set some requirements, additional requirements. So we require the experienced pilot and more safety equipment in the aircraft. So we move the unacceptable level of safety to at least tolerable level of safety, so we can reach those people and give them the assistance that required.
So apart from your team, do you also then work with NGOs for your operations, relief operations? And if you do, then how does that partnership work?
Well, we have a very good, relation with the NGO who passed the due diligence for WFP. NGO that are really humanitarian, and they want to work with us, okay. And especially in the remote area and the field, okay? And they are the right hands, our right hands, to disseminate the food and non-food items, and also to receive our aircraft in the remote area. Our relation with them are very good, and they are helping us a lot. And of course, one hand cannot clap, so we need them in the field, and we are working very good with them in order to help people.
So you all tie up with them as and when required, depending on the emergency level, exactly. And the requirements in exactly. That particular country.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So could you tell us briefly about your monitoring systems? Like you're talking about safety also, you just gave me an idea of what happens there, but how do you all monitor everything throughout the year?
We have a very good oversight system. And, when the operator or the operation launch, we do like a risk assessment on the operation itself. And we put like some kind of safety barriers, in order to prevent accident, or not to prevent, but minimize the possibility of accident from happening. So, and if this works, we continue with it, unless, we all the time go to the field, and we'll have, of course, do assessment also. We call it field operator risk evaluation, okay. on the field level, and see if our barriers are working or not. We can, if not, we can create another barriers, and and of course we open our windows and doors to the operator and to the operation if they need any type of help. We can help them. But always any simple small incident we evaluate it, and we put the right way to minimize the risk. We don't want to have, and thanks God, our record in humanitarian aviation is very good, and we would like to continue like this. And this is because, we have good people to evaluate the operators, and also we have good operators, and we have a good oversight on the operator, because face-to-face and, healthy communication with the service provider is very helpful, because we are sitting in the same boat.
Right.
We are facing the same challenges. So we need them, and they need us. So we have to work together. Yeah.
All right. So, what are some of the challenges you might be facing in emergency response, especially with regard to aid delivery?
Well, we are participating in many air shows, exhibitions, and the first question they ask me, what is World Food Program has to do in the aviation exhibition? Right. And my answer to them it is the aircraft is not only made for commercial and military. There is a humanitarian side. We are helping people in those areas where we are helping people, giving hands to the people. So humanitarian aviation is not a very easy operation. Many challenges we are facing, like very poor infrastructure where we are operating there. We have the funds also is very, and find a good operator, a good air operator to work in that area. Logistic, to reach anything, in terms of spare part for the aircraft, any assistance to the field. It's also because it's very remote area, and above that is and which we try to minimize as much as possible is the crew fatigue, because crew are working in remote area, internet is very weak, the normal life is not exist in terms of accommodation, good food, and all this. So we try to do a crew rotation all the time. It is not easy, but we are doing it, and we try to minimize the period between one crew and another. Yeah.
And I think you need to convince people of what you all are really doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you like to pass on any message to the audience? Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I think humanitarian aviation is very good aspect, because we are helping the people in need, and every day is more than 1,000 aircraft flying, helping people. But I think this humanitarian aviation, I mean, is not very well known in worldwide. So what we are doing in WFP, we are creating something called Global Humanitarian Aviation Conference, which is the message of a humanitarian aviation. We have everybody, welcoming to this, from operators, airlines, authorities, humanitarian aviation organization, UN, Red Cross, everybody coming to this to do networking and to send a message to the world that humanitarian aviation needs your help. And this is a message to the manufacturers, aircraft manufacturers like Boeing, like Airbus, like Bombardier, Embraer, Textron, help these, because our main thing is to main goal is to help and save people.
Thank you so much, Captain Samir, for your perspectives and insights.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to our viewers, stay tuned for the next episode of Takeout. Until next time, this is Solia Shanavas signing off.